shall we? Yeah. We love to see it. All right, here she is.
Dagath.
Oh.
Dagath?
Dagath?
You choose.
Now, in my hat of many ideas, one of my creative direction highlights in my career so far was there was a debate. Should we keep her thighs thick? And of course, I had to settle this dispute in base camp in an official capacity by saying, keep the big thighs. So that was a very exciting career highlight for me.
That's good. Okay, right to HR with that one.
This is the, I'm going to say it wrong, Gansian.
Oh, that's actually
It is stunning.
Yep.
Stunning
If you ever
work.
wanted to be a unicorn, no brainer. I'm trying to rival you.
no brainer. That's pretty good.
Wow.
And this is their alternate helmet that will be coming with the update as well. This ephemera is a tease for something later. Stay tuned for that.
Very cool.
That will feature her brand new signature blade and whip, the door
Clave.
Damn it.
Dorklave.
Dorclav. The Dorclave. And it does have, you can screenshot that if you wish. We're going to talk a little bit later about its special trait.
Cool.
Back to that.
In the quality of life section of this update, but we're going to just skip over that for a moment.
Damage. So for her abilities, we wanted, well, you'll see her ultimate may or may not incorporate a assault of caves, because her lore is all going to be given to you in the context of a Nabarus tale, which we'll talk about a bit after.
Ooh.
But you'll get to see some of that. But for Dagath, her first ability is Word Sights. This is a radial from you. You're getting these kind of spectral sides that will target enemies. So you can see here, you can cast it. You'll get a big spin of those word sides, dealing damage, targeting enemies, and then flying off. So this is kind of your initial damage burst with her, where you'll be getting those word sides.
And giving viral.
And viral damage type, yes.
Cool.
Now, her kit is really focusing around, which will shock you. We have never used an ability called Doom before in Warframe. So her first ability is Word Sights. It's doing viral damage. It's cleaning areas around Dagath, and then off you go to target enemies. But once you cast Doom, it's going to be a cone in front of Dagath, and it's cursing enemies. So these enemies are doomed. The curse lasts a duration. And these cursed enemies get what we're calling the Phantom Wrath curse. So she has a cone in front of her. She's hitting enemies with Doom. If you hit your your Word Scythe on them, it'll do additional damage. It'll do more instances of that Phantom Wrath curse, which creates this sickle over their head that does additional damage instances. So once you see that sickle above their head on those doomed enemies, as you're hitting them with their Word Scythe, you're really going to be spreading a curse and delivering continued damage in the form of Doom and in the form of that Word Scythe. Oh, we got some enemies up here. Just like Hades, hey! Curses are for the Tenno. Then we have Grave Spirit, which is kind of her damage buff and survivability ability. So Megan, if you've pressed 3, you have your Grave Spirit on. If you die while this is active,
I'm trying to die.
so Megan has died. She's now taking a spectral form, which is a instance in where you're kind of truly a Grave Spirit. This has a timer, and then once this wears down, you will have this ability on cooldown. So this is very much a, while you have it active, if you were to face death, you will enter this Grave Spirit realm, and then you'll come back, and then that ability is on cooldown. However, with Grave Spirit, you get crit damage buffs. So you are doing increased critical when you have it active, and if you're hitting enemies with that Phantom Wrath curse, which is achieved via the Doom ability, it's that big build synergy. So you want to Doom them. You want to have your 3 up, which is called Grave Spirit, and you're just kind of going to be cycling through, keeping that active, doing more crit, cursing enemies with the Doom, and then your 1 is obviously going to cascade damage in all that rotation. And now for the ultimate.
You ready?
Well, I don't know. Do we need a quick recap of all the abilities so far? If you press 1, you'll get your Word Sights. Press 2, and then you'll do your Doom, which will do the curse, and then 3 is your crits are now enhanced. And if you attack people that have that curse on them, you'll do additional crit damage. And of course, in this state, if you die, you'll enter the Phantom, the Spirit Grave realm. And then the ultimate, this is based on her lore that you'll learn from Grandmother. This is called Rakali's Cavalry, which, why don't you just hit it up? summon a charge of caves. Rakali was Dagath's loyal companion. You'll learn about her.
Cool.
Actually, why don't you hop on?
Oh, why don't I?
Yeah. As you know, in open worlds, you can, Yeah, so this is her custom cave cosmetics that Rakali had adorned on her. So currently, Megan's cave has these cosmetics, which you'll see will be Rakali's. So what to say? There's a lot of damage multipliers here if you're using synergies of that Doom Curse on enemies. When you cast Rakali's Cavalry, if you hit enemies that have that Doom Curse, you're going to be doing defense stripping, you're going to be doing additional damage instances with that Ward Scythe over top. So you're really going to be looking at the battlefield and you're going to be seeing all these enemies. You're going to be charging the cavalry through them to do lots of damage on multiple hits. You're going to be tearing down their defenses. You're going to be spreading that curse, which is really important to the gameplay, is if you kill an enemy while the curse is active, there is a spread mechanic. And yeah, you're just going to be tearing through enemies with this cursed frame, really. Cursed energy.
And the passive?
Oh yes, her passive. We have a name for it, which
Abundant Abyss.
Abundant Abyss. Yeah. So the passive is essentially when you get energy or health drops, there's a chance that they'll be 200% more effective. So you're kind of increasing the yield of what the enemies are leaving behind, be it their energy or their life essence in a health orb. So those pickups will have a chance to just be much, much stronger. So similar if you're using things like Arcane, I think it's Arcane Pulse or Arcane Energize, you'll be able to get us just a stronger payoff from energy and health orbs. And there is no cooldown on it once it triggers, I think, is our current planning. You can quote me on that, but the quote might be wrong. So then it's your fault if I'm wrong. But yeah, so this is Dagath.
Yeah, those horses won't. That's just so cool.
Yeah, and then they
That's
they disappear back to this phantom realm.
To the Phantom Realm.
Yeah.
All right.